Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So, what I'm doing here today is a hashtag. This is to the beautiful Kelly Ann Maddox. And it was called Why I Love Witchcraft. And I believe the hashtag was Happy Witch Tag. I believe that's what it was. All right, so it is 10 questions, so let's just get started. 1. What makes you happiest? Sorry, I've got notes here, so I'm going to be looking down periodically. What makes you happiest about the fact that you are a witch? What makes me happiest about the fact that I'm a witch is just the ability to, pick and choose what I want in my practice. What resonates with me, wonderful. What doesn't resonate with me, see ya. It's as simple as that. I like calling the shots, and, it's like forming your own religion, pretty much, right? And you can be the only person in it, and most likely you probably are the only person in it. So that's what I love about being a witch. 2. Which practice do you tend to enjoy most in your witchcraft, and why? The mindfulness of it, the always being aware and the intentions and stuff like that. But I also like really planning out things, learning like the different traditions or traditional meanings behind certain things, learning about different cultures, all of that stuff, and what resonates with me and what doesn't, and what I feel I want to put into my practice and what I don't. Those are my but I do like planning out really like the rituals down to, how many herbs I'm going to put into it, why I'm going to put that many herbs, what herbs I'm going to use. Do I want to have an herb that represents each one of the different elements, depending on what kind of, spell I'm trying to do. That's really a whole lot of fun to me, the planning. I have a lot. How have you changed in positive ways as a result of practicing the craft? I would say, because I came from Christianity and moving on to witchcraft, I would say that although there is still a lot of judging that happens in the witchcraft community, I think it's so much less than what it is in Christianity. And I feel like the positive change in me is that I recognize that, not just in others, but in myself, mainly more in myself. And I try to be more mindful. So, not that I don't still judge, it's human nature to judge, okay? But for me, when I recognize that I'm doing it, which I'm more aware when I'm doing it now versus before. I mean, without going into a whole bunch of detail, yeah, it's just that. I feel like I am a better person, and I allow other people to be who they are more than what I did before. 4. What has been the most positive result that you have had from a spell or ritual? Well, manifesting this house. And the majority of that was not doing spell work or, traditional. I didn't use correspondences. I didn't write a spell per se, wordy spell. It was all more visualization, vision boards. And I did I did have a website that I created. It was a private, like WordPress or something that I had created, and I would put components of the kind of stuff that I wanted in the house. And I would talk with like my husband about the things that I wanted in the house. And I would imagine like walking on my floors and my bare feet, what it felt like, and having the room in my house. And, we had talked about having a pool and So that kind of stuff. Also, I did a prosperity oil that I did in November of last year. And so about a year ago, not quite a year ago. And I did it during the 11/11 portal, and it was during a moon. Was it the beaver moon? I can't remember. Sorry about that. I just got a notification. But it was some full moon. It was just extremely, extremely powerful. As a matter of fact, I put it on my prosperity altar for initially 7 days, and then I decided to extend it another 7 days. And the night that the next night after I created it and I had put the oil on my altar, I got a job offer from a place that I had applied to like 8 months prior and never heard back anything. The very next day, I got an email saying, "You got the job." I didn't take it, of course, but. And then a whole bunch of other stuff started coming to me. It was just really good, really powerful. All right, let's see. 5. How can your craft enrich the lives of others? Or how has your craft enriched the lives of others? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't had a whole lot of feedback as far as that goes. I have people saying, that the smells of my candles have been wonderful, but they haven't told me how any of the stuff, because I haven't really done any spells for people other than oil that I've created and sold, candles that I have created, intentional candles, and sold, and they were all sold, but you don't get feedback much. So, other than that, they would have to tell you how it has enriched their lives, other than maybe the fact that I am a more open person, more aware, and so maybe that. So question 6. What are you most looking forward to trying in your craft, and why? Just the continuing of the learning about different cultures, learning about the different gods. Not that I necessarily use them in my magic at this point. I have not. However, I still find it all extremely interesting. I might focus on some of those particular, what do you want to say? Like properties or energies that might be surrounding, like for instance, Aphrodite. I do have like a love altar, a couple other things, but anyways, so the learning and then the planning. I look forward to planning more things because that's what I like to do. I like the traditions that are behind, like what this crystal means, how you can use it, what this color means, how you can use it. Not that I don't think you can substitute and do just what feels right to you, but I also like using what other people have used for a long, long time, because I think that in itself holds an energy. So I like learning what each property is, the different correspondences for the different days, and doing it on the different days, and planning and just going forward like that. That's what I look forward to. 7. What do you like the most about Witchy community, online and or offline? Just really the openness, the people, meeting new people and finding your tribe. When you tell them something that is like a synchronicity or an experience that you had, or a deep dream that you had, and how that resonated so deeply with you, almost like it was like you knew it was a past life. And when you're telling these things, the other person that you're talking to on the other end's like, "Oh yes, I got to tell you this has also happened to me, and this is what I think about that as well," and giving you more introspection, and just instead of saying, "Oh, okay, yeah, I think she's a little crazy." So it's like finding your soul people. I love that. And because there's so much information at your fingertips, all you got to do is search it. So I love that. 8. How do you envision your craft evolving positively in the future? Just the learning and the growth and the working on myself and knowing myself better and, you know, being aware of the intention that I put out into the world and, yeah, that. Meeting new people. Yeah. So 9. How do you keep your witchcraft practice healthy, happy, and productive? Well, I do my witching when I feel like doing my witching. You know, in other religions and stuff like that, there are expectations of days that you're supposed to be doing this and you got to do that. And, you know, if you don't do this, then you're going to hell or you're a bad person or the people that you're hanging around with are bad. So we're going to disassociate you, whatever. Um, the way that I keep it positive is that I do witching when I feel like doing witching. 90, probably 98% of everything in my practice is all being in a mindful state, always. Thinking about my intentions and just simple things like lighting a candle with an intention. It's as simple as that. Or blessing the water that I drink, or blessing the food that I eat, or making little prosperity. I'm going to do a little video on this. Making a little prosperity sachet, you know, to just put in your pocket, put in your wallet, put in your coat, put on your altar, what have you. And it's just simple. Little things like that. Carrying a crystal in my pocket. Yeah. All right. What is the one piece of advice that you would share with other witches to help them make their path more positive? I would say listen to other people, learn from other people. However, don't listen to other people. What I mean by that is, you know, take what resonates with you, and if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You know, there's a lot of people in the world that want to tell you, and I find this much, much less in the witchy community, but it still does happen in the witchy community. And that is, you know, people that want to tell you that you're doing this wrong, or you've got to do it this way, or, you know, you're supposed to do this kind of magic on this day and in this type, with this type of moon. And it might be good advice, but ultimately the real magic comes from inside of you. So my advice would be to listen, but don't listen. Just do what feels right to you. And there you have it. I hope I see more people doing, I have looked and I haven't seen a whole bunch of people doing this tag unless I'm getting something wrong because I'm searching and I'm not seeing, but I hope to. These are great questions. Kelly, thank you so much for starting this particular hashtag, and I am sending all you guys love and light. Thank you so much.